Hello, good morning everyone. I'm just getting myself set up here. We are going to do a little bit of colouring today. I'll just get myself set up on my iPad. Turn my volume down. And I'm going to show you how to colour in one of the images from the A Good Man stamp set. Because I have a class by mail, there I am. I have a class by mail and it closes tomorrow. Hey Kayla! So it closes tomorrow. So there is a bit of watercolouring involved in it, but I wanted to show you that it is not a scary watercolouring, okay? The stamp set is quite a sketchy looking stamp set, which sort of to me allows me to do a messy style of colouring. So it's all going to be good. So I'm going to show you how easy it is so that if you want to join and that bit is putting you off, please don't let it put you off. The colours that I will be using is, I've got two sets. I've got Balmy Blue and Night of Navy, Crumb Cake and Soft Suede, and Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Oh, and I've got a pop of Real Red just because I felt the cards needed some lift. And Stays on Black, because we are watercolouring. We need an alcohol ink to go with our water-based ink pads. Okay, so we're going to colour in the beachy guy today, and I'm going to use my Stamparatus. I keep forgetting what it's called. I keep going to call it something else. And we're also using this great new, where's my packet gone? This great new fluid watercolour paper, which is the new one out in the new catalogue. And I think it's really quite nice. It's made from archival cotton watercolour paper. So it's really nice. It's not as textured as the one that we used to have. So I'm just going to pop him around about... well, I don't know whether I'm going to use him afterwards or not. Maybe I'll pop him up close because I'm not sure. Now that I've pressed that on there, you'll be able to see whether I've actually cleaned my stamp well. Yes, I did. Good. Okay, so I am going to first ink up on with my Stays On, and the reason I'm using my Stamparatus, I keep going to call it a jig, it's not a jig. The reason I'm using my Stamparatus is because I like to have a really nice dark black image. So this way I can stamp it twice and have it turn out. See how it's a little bit, it might even be my ink pad needs a little bit of re-inking, but you know, if you did that with a block, you're not going to be happy and you're going to have to stamp it again, and watercolour paper is on the pricier side. So this way we don't have to waste any of our cardstock. I'll press a little bit firmer down there. And if you need to, you can even go a third time, but I'm going to leave it at that. I do need a block because I need to give it a little bit of a clean, and hopefully there's enough. I'm just going back to my old Stampin' Scrub for Stays On, because I think Stays On, actually the Stampin' Scrub gets Stays On off beautifully. If you clean them straight away, look at that, they come off super quick. And of course, ink on my fingers. Put this away, put that away. Okie dokie. Now, I am going to start. I think I will zoom in because that's a little bit far away. Hi, Jennifer. Whoops. Zoom in. Make sure I always like to try and line up this with my camera, and that way I can try and work in that area and I know that my camera is in the right position. So anyone else who does YouTube videos and Facebook videos, there's a little tip for you to stay in camera. So I've just squeezed my ink pad together with Crumb Cake. Now you'll notice that I use, I have still got like all three of the ink pads. This one's like the firm linen old ink pad from probably my starter kit 13.5 years ago. So I'm actually going to use this colour for his skin. So just watering it down a little bit. Probably can't see that now. I've just sort of watered that down a little bit and picked up some colour. And I'm going to start at his knee and then just go down the edge of his leg, wipe off my brush, come back and then fill it in. Because skin is only light. Well, my skin is light, I should say. Not all skin is light, but the skin I'm going to be doing is. Okay. And then you can come back and sort of go around his knee a little bit more. Move back into my crosshairs. So, and the same with the elbow. And as you can see, I'm not taking too much time. Oh, go do his neck. Get under there. Just do his foot down here a little bit more. And I will do a little bit of his hat because I'm going to come in twice. So I'll just colour in his hat. And I'm also going to, shall I do that now or shall I do that later? I might do that after. Now the second colour that I need to come in with is my soft suede. Good morning everyone who's watching. So now we just want to add a little bit to his hat. So I'm just going to, you know, and I'm not even really following any rules of this is where the shadow should go, and I'm just sort of throwing it down. So I don't think we have to be too particular all the time. I just want to get that nice and dark. So when you squeeze your ink pad, you'll find that you know, bits are darker than others, and if you really want it really intense, you can just put a drop of re-inker in there, and or you can just keep going over the top. Just keep adding layers and layers. Because it's watercolour paper, you can just keep on going and your cardstock won't peel. Now what colours did I colour in my other card? Alright, so I did a blue t-shirt. So this one's a little bit harder to squeeze, so this is the new one. Good morning, Narelle, how are you? So with my class by mail, you will receive the stamp set. If you already have it, then feel free to switch it for something else. You will receive a roll of baker's twine, white baker's twine, and also a 1/4 pack of the Come Sail Away designer series paper. Okay, so you can see I've just outlined the area, and then I wiped off my brush and I've just come in and just sort of blended that all together. Now, if you didn't have the two lots of ink, you could just go over that one again and see how it deepens it up. Whoops, I think I just coloured in his shorts. Okay, and then just come in and blend that as well. Now, I do have the Night of Navy, so I'm going to show you. Now, this is going to change the colour of that balmy blue completely, and it almost gives that like a really nice denim look. I think I did colour in his, let's see if I can get rid of some of that. I think I coloured in the leg of his short there. So adding the Night of Navy is going to like really change it. So, and I just want to go right around the edges, and rather than do the whole lot, I'm just going to do a little bit at a time because I want to be able to blend that in. So just wiping off my brush in between and blending it through. Good morning, Helen. So again, just a little bit at a time. So you can see that colour's really changed. Now, if you wanted to, you could even grab a little bit of colour and follow some of the crease lines Just go straight over the top of them. Easy. Okay, next is our Old Olive. Let's give this one a bit of a squeeze. And ink everywhere. You know you haven't stamped unless you've got ink all over your fingers, huh? Okay, so our first colour is going down is the Old Olive, and you can see that this will, I'll stuff that a little bit up, we'll see if we can resurrect that. So it'll just be similar, just not too much ink. That's okay, we can probably fix that up. So his shorts are pretty easy. And then Mossy Mellow over the top. So just going to pick up a little bit of the dark area, and whoop, when your nib starts to split like mine just did, if you just get your paper toweling and twist it round and round and round, you can get your aqua pen back into a nice little tip. If it's really, really split, push water through it until it's dripping, and then do the same twisting and get that back into that nice, the nice point. All right, so we just want to go around the edges and blend that through. So the shorts, you know, it doesn't take very long to colour this in, and because we're not worrying about where light source and stuff is coming from, it's pretty quick and easy. Okay, now the deck chair is striped, but I cannot figure out where the stripes actually run from, so I'm just going to colour it all in red if I can get my ink pad open. Wowee, check that out, we've been squeezing this one. Okay, so again, because I'm only going to use the one colour, I am going to, because I don't have a light red and a dark red, I'm actually going to, I don't know whether you can see that, I'm actually going to take that colour out and try and water that one down and make it fairly light. Maybe even do it over here. So my lids really become quite a palette. Thanks guys. Honestly, it's just, I'm really just throwing it down. Now, and I can't quite work out what's going on with the background. So if in doubt, you know, just colour in the whole lot. So so you can see that the watered down one is, see, I don't know what this thing at the back is, but I'll colour it in anyway. I can't work that out. So you can see that one's a really pale red to start with. And then you can come in and pick up some of this deeper colour here and just sort of add a little bit. This is where you sort of like the very, if you can keep your pen, your aqua painter really fine, that point, you'll have a much better result with it because you're only using that absolute tip. All right. Whoops. I think I just went into his arm then. And you can keep building up colour, and then you can even take it, like if you've got a drip of re-inker, you can even take it from there. That gives a really red result. Anyway, something like that. You just want a nice pop of, red just to break up all the boy colours, huh? Any colour will do, I guess. Okay, now we want a little bit of background so he's not so stark. So I'm going to actually bring back in my crumb cake and my balmy blue. And I'm going to squeeze that because I need a fair amount. Now what I'm going to do is make sure your aqua painter is clean for this one, is I'm going to drip some water into that and make a really, really, really slushy, wet ink going on. And then you can just sort of really flatten your brush out and use it on the side rather than the tip. And that way you can, and it's only light, so you probably can't even see it, but it's to act like the sand. Okay, so you want it fairly light to start with, sort of come out, and then you can pick up some of the darker colour and then go over the top again, like around his feet. And don't extend it out so far, but just sort of bring it around there. Unfortunately, you can't see it too well in the camera, but in real life I can see it. And then I'm going to do the same with the blue. So we've got the balmy blue here. I'm going to put a drop down the end there. I drag it out of my palette so I've still got some of the darker colour to work with later on. And you can see that it's really full on my aqua painter as well. And then the same thing, just being careful around these areas. But then you can really push. See how my aqua painter's flattening out? And you can sort of just push it around, flatten it out, keep it on the paper. And you can spread that right out. Okay, and then you want to bring in a little bit more of the deeper colour. Same sort of action. And then you want to just a little bit darker around the image itself. So this is how I colour. You know, it's not everybody colours the same, but this is how I've got it. I'm not a professional. I haven't taken classes or anything. But there you go. So there is how easy it is to colour. So if you are thinking about taking my class by mail, that is how you are going to colour them, and you will colour all of the images in the same manner. So I won't colour them all in, but they will give you an idea of how to do all the colouring. You'll get the full instructions with your kit. You'll get product with your kit, so you can create 6 cards and with envelopes as well. Now, I don't make a lot of man cards. I don't have a lot of need for man cards. So if anybody would like me to send them this image, I will cut it out and post you this image for you to make a card with. Pop your like pick me or something like that, and in the comments section, and as long as you're in Australia, because I can't post overseas, I will send you my coloured image, and I want you to make a card with it and post it, share it with us. So I'll pick somebody from all the comments at the end of the day, and I will get that in the mail to you so that you can create it, because otherwise it's not going to get used. It won't get made into a card. I don't have a lot of use for man cards. So if you want it, comment in the comments, and I'll pick a winner tonight and send it out tomorrow. Okay, so have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will catch you again later. Bye.